Oh gosh. Good morning and welcome to the Powder Room Show. Woohoo! It's another it's another fantastic day. You are alive and you're well. I always started off like that because thank God that he woke us up this morning. So we have to be grateful for that. And we have to be grateful for life. So you made it through the week, you're here, you're there, just getting on with life, getting on with what you have to do. So just keeping that in mind and thanking God for the blessing of life. So what are you up to this morning? I hope you had a great week and everything is good. Everything, sometimes it may not be all that good, might be little bumps here and there, but we thank God still. Today on my program, I would like to highlight, I didn't have a poem, but I just want to highlight something that really touched my heart. Matter of fact, it touched my heart this morning. I came home. I had a busy week. It was very, very, very hectic. And I think I shared I work in a school, and around this time, his graduation, his prom, is all these different things. So this week we had a graduation, and I had to help out. And I came home late Thursday. I was so tired. I had to get up and go again Friday yesterday. So I fell asleep very early last night, and I got up and I said, well, let me see what's going on the TV. So I put it on and I saw this new show that came on Netflix, and I said, well, let me take a look. It seems interesting. And that was like, I woke up like after midnight, so didn't feel sleepy again. So I said, let me take a look. The show was called Asunta. Um, it deals with adoptive parents, like you being an adoptive parent. You want to adopt children. You may not have children on your own because of some condition, the wife or mother, you know, you want to adopt. And you think that you want to fulfill this child's need. Okay, this child may not be your biological child, but you go through so much to go through the adoption process, and you want to fulfill, how to put it, the needs of being a parent to this child. Like I said, it was a very interesting story, and it happened in real. It happened in Spain, actually. So this child, her name is Asunta. I don't know, Asunta, or however you want to pronounce it. And she's from China. I guess she was in an orphanage. And this couple from Spain, they are very prominent in Spain, wanted to adopt this child. And I guess through paperwork, through transaction, however they did it, they eventually adopted this child. Chinese, they adopted her from baby. And she grew up with them. They made sure that she had everything. She went to piano lesson, she ballet class. They grew her up well. But somewhere along the line, something fell between the crack. I'm not sure what happened. What happened for them to kill this child? I'm not sure what really transpired, what really, what thought was going through their mindset? What, for them to do such a thing? There was a lot of back and forth. There was a lot of he say, she say, they say, like the couple, like they were protecting each other. It come like, the husband was more protecting the wife. They know the whole truth of the matter. They gave this child everything to the best of their ability. But when the child was about 12, 13, she was dead. So I didn't have a poem or anything as such to highlight today, but that just dropped in my spirit to highlight for us as parents. Being that we want to adopt a child, we want to show love to another child, we want to open our doors for another child, we want to show that we love this child, all right, as our own. But the thing is, are you mentally ready to adopt this child? Are you mentally prepared to adopt this child? Are you sure this is what you want? Because in the beginning, you're so excited. You're so excited. You see this child. You so want to have this child. You so want to adopt this child. You so want to, have this child as your own and, to call your own. But are you ready? Have you questioned yourself? Are you ready? You might think that you are at the beginning, but what happens down the line when you become an adoptive parent to this child? This child already went through so much torture, so much torment. This child went through the fire, went through maybe abuse, maybe being neglected, being in an orphanage, being ill-treated. Why would you want to take a child and kill this child? Why would you want to do that? Because somewhere along the line with this couple, the marriage started shifting. The woman ended up having an affair with a married man, and it caused a lot of problems in the relationship with them and with the child. They were actually, I can't remember the tablet they were using, but they crushed some tablets that they got from the pharmacy. They got from the pharmacy, and they would crush that tablet up and put it in the child's food. For 3 months, they were drugging this child. She was like a zombie, walking, falling to sleep on herself. She couldn't even keep up in class. And she kept telling the teacher, my parents keep giving me this white powder. My parents keep giving me this white powder, but nobody is listening to me. Even while I was watching it, the show, the teacher remembered her telling her about it. So now that teacher is feeling so guilty in a sense, it's like, why didn't I listen to her? Why didn't I? Sometimes these children are speaking. These children are talking out, but nobody is listening. Nobody is listening to these children when they speak out of their pain, when they speak out of their fear, when they speak out of what is happening to them, and we turn a deaf ear. We turn a deaf ear to these children until they end up dead. Then we think, oh my God, she was telling me that, I should have, I should, I could, I would, we come with the shoulda and the woulda and all this kind of thing when the incident done happen and the child done dead. We come to face reality now and we tend to say, oh gosh, it's my fault. Now the blame game start. Now the parents pointing finger at each other. Now the mother silent. Sometimes we have to take notice of children. That story affected me so much. It brought tears because I have a granddaughter. You say, yeah, she's only 6. Yeah, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, even months. even newborn. They don't care. You understand? They don't care. And we as parents, we have to be so alert with our children. I think I highlighted that before, in two shows ago of being alert. I highlight with another child that was kidnapped, and up to now they can't find the child. They said she could be about 10 years old now. They don't know where she is. So now in this case, the child is dead. They took the child from China as a baby and bring the child to Spain, and she's dead. They kept feeding this child, drugging this child, putting drugs in the child. And you see how the child, pretty, shiny looking child. I was feeling it so much in my heart, in my spirit. I said, oh my God. And it's not only her case alone. It have many cases like that. If you know you're not ready to adopt a child, leave the child alone. Leave the child alone. Leave the child alone. Even it have some children who are being raised in like step parents, whether mother or father. You have to show love to that child. It doesn't matter if the child is not yours, yes or no, show love still. Don't abuse the child. And if the child is speaking, we have to listen to them. We have to listen to them. We have to listen to them. Just like how that child was saying, nobody's listening to her. The parents keep giving her white powder. This white powder, they're putting it in her food and, for 3 months, oh my God, 3 months, they drugged this child. And when the child couldn't even help herself, they suffocated the child. That's how they killed the child. Suffocated her, then carry her body and just dump the body in a open area, like a dirt area, just dump the body and left the body there. So that story touched my heart so much because we have to do better as parents, whether step parents, adopted parents, foster parents, whatever parents we are, grandparents, we have to do better because these children, they ain't asked to come here. They ain't asked to come here, and we have to be responsible for them. We have to show them that we love and care for them. We can't say we're taking them from other homes and other situations. They're already in a situation, and you're bringing them into another situation. Now, if you can't care for them, leave them alone. Leave them alone. You want to adopt them? You're not prepared mentally, physically, emotionally, financially. Leave them alone. Don't take them to abuse them. Why? Why? Why you want to abuse that child? Why you want to, let that child suffer than how they already suffered before? That don't make sense. That don't make sense at all. That don't make sense at all. All right? We need to do better as parents, as adopted parents, grandparents. We need to do better because we cannot be taking out our frustrations on the child and blaming the child and that is the child and this, that. We have to do better. We have to stand up for them because they are innocent. They are innocent. We have to show them love even though they are not ours. We can still show some sort of love and care towards them as if they are ours. We can't just say, okay, just, oh, we want to adopt and because we want to have children. I know there are so many cases that is not highlighted. So many cases that is not highlighted. And these children are dying inside because they don't have no one to talk to. And even if they talk to the mother or the father, even if they speak out, who is listening? Who is listening to their cry? Who is listening to their silent tears? Who is listening to them? Who is listening to them as a parent? Who is listening to them as a, a teacher, a leader, somebody who is listening to them when they are crying out, when they are saying they are being troubled, when they are saying that certain things is being done to them? Who is listening? Who is listening? I remember this other show. This one is a true story, but I can't remember the name of the show, but it's this child, she couldn't read or write properly. And I think she was in a troubled home, and she ended up in this center for girls. And every day they put her in the center for girls, and every day she has to be taking these pills. And you know what she did? She used to hide the pills underneath her tongue. I don't know how she did it, because that was so clever. And then one day she just took out all the pills from her pocket. And what she did was there was this white lady who loved her so much, because I don't think she could have children, and she built a bond with this black girl. And this administrator was a black woman, and all how she tried to block this white lady from adopting this child. She blocked her all how, and the administrator keep telling her, you don't understand anything about black people and black this and black. It has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with that. Once you have that love for that child, whether black, white, orange, pink, red, it has nothing. Once you have a bond of love, color has nothing to do with it. And eventually, that child, because she couldn't read and write, she decided that she is going to start to learn. And she would take up books. They separated her from the white lady. The white lady went on with her life, got married, moved away. But she would every month, I think, I don't know how often, she would tape her voice and send it to the girl. Send it to the girl. And you know what those people in the center did? They hid all the mails that was sent to this girl. Every time the girl will come to get her mail, there was no mail. They hid all her mails. When she reached 18 years old and she left, she said, I would like to have my paperwork. I would like to have this. I would like to have that, because I'm 18 now. She didn't know where she was going, and she had to leave the institution. You know what they gave her? They gave her all the mails that the lady wrote her. All the little tape recording. There was some little small tape recording that she would tape the voice on. The girl got all through the years. The lady at the institution, the nurse, just hand her all of that. She didn't get her paperwork, but they gave her all the videos, all the tapes. And the girl cried when she played each one. She played them one by one, and she cried. And, because to know that all these years, she thinking that the woman abandoned her. She didn't abandon her. Is it wrong because she was a white woman to loving this black child as her own? It wasn't wrong. She had a genuine love for her. And she decided to send that tape recording about how much she loved her and how much she cared for her and wish her well and all this stuff. The girl sat down and played each one by one, one by one. So she went on. The girl decided to learn to read, learn to write. Eventually, she said she wanted to enter into college. She got accepted in a college, and that's when everything started. She started to read. Now she is I think she is a motivational speaker and an author. And at the end of the movie, she met the woman, that same white lady who cared for her so much, they showed the real picture of the both of them. And she went the same court that denied that white woman from adopting that black girl is the same court that she went to. And eventually she adopted that woman. She's a big woman now. She still went and adopted her as her own daughter. That was such an amazing story. The woman, she got so much older now. She was in her 80s or something. So, and then the girl grew up to be this author, this public speaker, and she could be in her 60s or so. Yeah, it could be around there, late 50s, 60s. She did not care how old this child was. The child grew up to be a big woman. And still, when she still wondered what happened to this lady. What happened to this lady who wanted to adopt me? What happened to this lady who showed me love, who showed me care? You know, who she wanted to be her mother. She did not look at color. She didn't look that, oh, she's white and I'm black. She didn't look at that at all. You know, there was a love, a true love and a genuine love. So she was going all out to find this woman. And you know how that lady, that white lady happened to find her? I think she was doing a speech or some publication or something. She was talking about something, and that lady happened to be seeing her on TV, and that's how they connected. That's how they connected. You understand? So that goes to show how genuine, how beautiful, how pure, and how natural that love is, because she really wanted to adopt this child. And she adopted her as a big woman. She didn't care her age. She didn't care. They both went to the same court that was denied before. And that's the rules changed, time changed, and she was able to adopt this child as a grown woman. She adopted her as her daughter. And when she is going on her speeches, the woman was right there with her. That was such a beautiful ending to a story. And sometimes nobody is saying that, oh, these things don't happen. Yes, it do happen. It do happen because it have people who genuinely love, who genuinely care, who genuinely want to have a family and really want to adopt children and really want to show that care and love. You know, I felt so sorry for that Chinese girl. She was either 12 or 13 when she died. They fed her so much of drugs that by the time they suffocated her, it was so easy because she couldn't even self-fight up. She couldn't even self-fight up. It was quick and easy, you know. So, but the woman, the mother, committed suicide. The husband, he's still in jail. He will be, I think he might be on parole, maybe 20, 30 or somewhere around there. But the mother, the wife, she committed suicide in jail. You know, and that goes to show the level of, how to put it, what people go through, you know, because some people adopt children and then they use it for their sexual fantasy. They do all kind of crazy nonsense. I'm telling you, this whole world is messed up. This whole world is messed up. And once God is not in the midst, it's going to be messed up. Once God is not in the midst of it all, it's going to be messed up. And it's not only for young children, even teenagers. We have to be so mindful. So the thing is, my thing is, if a child come in talking, a teenager, whoever, they come in talking, listen. My thing is to listen to them. Listen to them because, you know, they are trying to tell a story. They're trying to say something. They are crying out for help. They are crying out for some sort of, you know, can you save me? Can you, you know, they're trying something to alert your attention. You know, don't wait until last minute and then you start to think back and say, you know, she come telling me this, you know, she come telling me that. Oh my God, if I did only, if I did. No, That is, it done, everything that happened, the child dead, and then you start to get the flashbacks, of if you should have done this or if you should have done that, if you know you cannot adopt, if you know you're not going to take a child, adopt a child for the long haul of it, leave the child alone. Leave the child alone. You understand? Because adopting, you have so many paperwork, so many background checks, so many things they have to go through. And I don't know how. I mean, it's kind of difficult. I would say kind of hard because you as a parent presenting yourself so pure and genuine and clean and you're being all nice. And these adoptive agencies, just kind of like, yeah, they look like a good couple. Because they go through the paperwork, they go through all what they have to go through, and they're seeing everything looking so up to mark, so up to date, and they buy these things, but somewhere along the line, somewhere along the cracks, oh my gosh, it get lost somewhere. It get lost somewhere. And who has to pay? Is that child? Is that child suffering? Is that child crying out? Is that child in pain? You understand? So I would say if you don't want, if you know you're not in it for the long haul, leave the child alone. Don't take a child to abuse a child. The child already messed up, already went through stuff. Don't take a child and abuse a child. Show love, show care and attention. It goes not only for adoptive parents, it goes for step parents, grandmothers, whoever. Come on. We have to do better for our kids. We have to do better for our kids. They are the leaders. They are coming up. And they are the leaders for tomorrow, as we say. So we have to show that example and that love for them. If we know that we are not going to take this child or not going to, be treating this child as if this child is our own, leave them. My growing up wasn't easy. And I know what I went through, right? But it's not about me because I have bypassed that. And I thank God that I'm standing here today, that I have a voice that I could speak now. Because it had times I didn't know how I was going to speak. It had times I didn't know how I was going to make it. So I am speaking out for all these children who are suffering inside and who don't have a voice. Even if they have a voice, listen to them when they speak. Listen to them. Listen to them. Hear what they're saying. Don't brush off what they're saying, right? But I see my time is drawing close. I really, really get a little emotion when it comes to these things, when it comes to children, because, they are our future and we need to look after them, right? So let's do better as parents, grandparents, adoptive parents. Let's do better and save these children and listen to them when we hear them talking. Let's not abuse these children. They have a voice and they need their voice to be heard. They need to grow up and they need to be in society, to show their talent, to show what they can do, to bring this place, make it better, in whatever way. You never know where they could lead. Doctor, lawyer, you never know where they could be. So let's show love to them and care. Okay? Let's do our best. Let's do our best. All right? On that note, my show has come to an end. And if you want to, like I always say, if you want to subscribe, if you want to help with the show, if you want to sponsor, you can direct message me on Facebook Messenger under Liselle Powder. All right. As with my artwork, you can go to Powder Room Arts, and there you will see my artwork, or Powder Room 49, and then you will see all my pictures on Instagram. All right. On that note, I just say a little prayer. Thank you, God, for this moment. Father God, let's do better as parents, adopted parents, grandparents, step-parents, whoever we may be. Let's do better, dear God, for our children. Let's listen to their cries and their needs and be of help to them, Lord Jesus, because there is so many children out there who are crying inside, who needs help, who is dying, who is, stricken by some kind of disaster, some kind of problem, some kind of situation. Let's be there for them, Lord. We thank you for this program and we thank you for the listeners. You all have a great day today. Until next time, it's bye for now. See you. Bye.